Hey guys,
electric motors.
it's the
Minimum
History
speed
Nerd,
ahead.
Bearing 255.
back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. Terribly sorry about the lack of episodes last week. My sketch class was a bit more involved than I had originally thought it would be. So, I mean, that's a good thing, because the course was worth it, and it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot of stuff. But, I mean, it wasn't worth it from I guess, my Let's Play channel perspective. That's for sure. So I do apologize. And I'm hoping to get 2 episodes out this weekend, but I have to say, there's a huge caveat to that. And that is, I am not feeling well. I don't know if you can tell in my voice region, hearing it or whatever. But my eyes are watery, my nose is stuffed, my throat's sore. It's just not a good time.
Bearing 228.
So,
Slow speed ahead.
we'll see. We'll see how long I last in this episode, and then if I got some more left in me tomorrow, or maybe even later tonight, who knows? We'll get another one. Anyway, what I want to go over is what I want to go over. Class, what I want to go over. Promotion points, we got a lot of them. So what we're gonna do is make sure everybody gets at a base just like the passive skills, just everybody gets a boost to the passive skills, so that we're all just a little bit better off. Alright, now we'll get another level in sound and radio. And we might as well go ahead and get a whole other schwack in the torpedoes. I wonder, should we? That's going to cost 2. And that's going to cost 2. Okay. So we'll get those 2 active abilities, which I think happen right away. So I think I've got a submarine microwave now, which is going to be super handy. And then we'll put the last 2 points into diving quicker. Because why not? Diving is a good thing. Let's apply those, okay, and then close out. There we go. And then we can close out there. Perfect. All right. So, what's the plan for today, you may be asking? Well, our new mission has us going up for the northwestern approaches.
Ship sighted. Bearing 346.
And for that, we need to sink British shipping. Shocker. Coastal attacks on British ships will cripple their ability to keep their war production, and the area north of Ireland will provide rich pickings for brave captains, where many convoys may be found as their journey begins. So we're looking for the beginnings of convoys, convoy prequel, if you will. And, yeah, really we need to go down and patrol this area, but, you know, we don't need to, and if we see convoys along the way, we will certainly give them the business. I think that's really about it. We got the crew upgraded all the way, which the amount of upgrade points from that is crazy. My brain is not working, and I do apologize. But just to have, like, what's the date? It's October 23rd, 1939. The war has been going on for under 2 months, and my crew is already freaking lead haxers, man. It's crazy. So we can only go up from here, and it's gonna be an incredible crew, I hope. Yeah, that's about it. That's enough pep talk from the History Nerd. We will see you guys when I've got something exciting to share. See you. Alright, so it was a pretty uneventful couple of days, and we've just finished up our Halloween patrol, according to the BDU, and they would like us to reposition just a little further north. Continue the operation. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We are going to set up our 50-kilometer radius patrol. Oh, look at that. If that's not a sign of success to come, well, I don't know what is. Come on.
Stop. We're approaching our final waypoint.
And if
Would
that
you
wasn't
like
a
to
sign
plot a
of
new course,
concerning things to
Captain?
come,
Maybe a search pattern, new waypoint.
then I don't know what it was.
Course
It's
69.
exactly
New waypoint.
what I'm
Course
laying out here, Dieter,
51. New
is a search
waypoint.
pattern.
Course 73.
Alright, so, yeah, basically what we're doing is just, is making the BDU happy by patrolling 50-kilometer circular areas. And, you know, we haven't even seen an airplane yet. We've already burned through a quarter tank, but that's okay. Considering the distance back home, fuel is the least of our concerns. So, yeah, I'm gonna see you guys when I got something new to report. See you in a bit. Well, we do have something. It's moving at a whopping 5 knots, and considering how close it is, and, you know, how tiny it is, I'm gonna bet that it's a fishing boat. So let's just get ourselves a little bit closer. Maybe? I feel like if it was anything worth shooting at, I would have been able to see. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fishing boat. Alright, guys. False alarm. Terribly sorry. I'll be back when I got something that's actually worth shooting at. See you in a bit. So with this early on in the war, you know, there's not really a lot of animosity, and I realize I've already sunk my fair share of fishing boats, but I think we're going to let this guy live. We're very close, as you can see. And, what this is going to be, is one hell of a wartime story for that man right there. You, sir. Yes. Out having a cigarette, staring face to face with the enemy while you're sitting on a fishing boat. This is a story you can tell your grandchildren. Guten Tag, good sir. We are not gonna sink you. Yeah, so that's just a little artistic license I decided to take there. I'm gonna see you guys when we've got something we're shooting at, or when we have to reposition, or something interesting comes up, or any one of a plethora of things that might cause me to start recording again. See you in a bit. Success! Well, maybe. I mean, this is showing up as a merchant, but it's going 9 knots instead of 5. So that does have more potential. We cannot make a visual yet, but we should be coming up pretty close to getting a visual on it. It's just a lone ship. We can see, I believe, right here. Hopefully it shows up in the rendering. But I think that is where the wake of the ship is. I could be wrong, but, well, if that isn't the wake, then that is just the ship, and this is just going to be another fishing boat. So let's see. It's, well, let's just get closer, shall we? And yeah, it's another fishing boat, isn't it? Is it? It's gotta be, because we are very close, and that is very small. So that's just another fishing boat. I guess we can make sure.
We're approaching.
And let's make sure. Yep, just another fishing boat. Don't worry, we're not going after the fishing ships yet.
New
I say
waypoint.
yet.
Course 77. Returning to course. New waypoint. Course 223.
That is a new one.
Course 196.
I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but my waypoints aren't showing up on the map. That is a new bug that I have never encountered before with this game.
Smoke on the horizon. Bearing 304.
In fact, nothing is showing up on the map. Lovely. Okay, so that might be worth it. But I can't
I'll stop. We're reaching course end.
really... Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Do much of a course correction here. Let's see, are you going to show up now? Yay! We've got waypoints again!
4.
Oh, geez, we don't need to be causing weird seizures going on here. He's got a waddle, which generally means he's a ship worth sinking. And that definitely does look like it'll be a ship worth sinking. So let's move in like so. And I mean, if we wanted to, we could use a torpedo here. And you know what? We might as well. We might as well. So let's go ahead and get down to periscope depth, shut the engines down to almost nothing, and let's hit the cheaty view so we can see how quickly the ship's going to submerge with our dive training. Now, we don't have the engines pushing us, but we should have a fair amount of momentum going to get us under. There we go.
Depth 10 meters.
Okay.
Shut down diesel engines.
Now, this is definitely not being a silent hunter, and this is definitely not being sneaky. But
Tracking new target.
I think... Is he turning around? No, he's just wiggling. All right. So, what we're going to want to do then is just get a range on this guy, really. Let's see. 43, I think, my torpedoes. 5 at the fastest speed. So he's well within range. What I'm going to do
2, 1, close.
is just put one kind of in the middle of the ship. He's got the wiggles, but no real turns. So we'll see by putting it middle. No. He definitely did avoid that. All right. Well, I don't want to waste too many torpedoes on this guy. So what I will just do is wait for him to get into a better position.
2, 1, ready.
Although with those wiggles... And it's just a lone ship. Yeah. Let's just use the deck gun. Because torpedoes are a pretty worthwhile weapon. And, yeah, like I say, it's just a lone ship. So, let's get you, let's get our high explosives loaded, and let's go in. He's got to be closer than 4 kilometers now, that's for sure. So he is looking at about 3. Let's say 3 roughly there. And first shot. Direct hit. That hit was so good, the game wanted to save it. We can get rid of that, and we can actually zoom in more. I wish... I mean, I realize that... setting the range is with the scroll wheel, but I really do wish the zoom was with the scroll wheel. Well, I guess how else would you change the range then? Regardless, it kind of sucks that I gotta hit that thing twice. I know, first world problems, I have to hit a button twice. Boo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, those shells are going just too high. But then it also looks like the ones that are hitting are just punching into the side of the ship. Although, there we go. Now we've had 2 explosions. Let's see if we can't get a third. Come on, you can do it. There we go. 3 explosions. Now let's just aim for the middle. And we can actually pop the range up just a little bit for these middle
Torpedo
shots.
missed, sir.
I'm aware it missed, Dieter. Thank you for informing me, though. No? Okay. We'll tone the range down now. We can tone it down a little bit, seeing as how I just caught the top of that smokestack. Well, maybe. This ship cannot be too long for the surface here. Man, okay. That way. There we go. Confusing myself when it comes to setting ranges. Come on. You can't have too much longer left. Well, since the ship is already on fire, let's switch to armor piercing. And then just start punching holes into the side of the ship. I want to kind of get it along the water line. Just like that. Perfect. Haha. Alright, so we can see the BDU was happy with that, and doesn't look like they've got anywhere else for us to go. So we can just get ourselves set up along the mission zone. So let's get ourselves headed in that direction.
202.
Feel free to go half speed ahead. And while we're at it, let's go check out the ship that we just sunk. This is looking like a fairly... Ooh! Well, I can't complain about that. Our high explosive and armor-piercing combo, which doesn't really look like it did any damage below the waterline, except right in the middle of the ship, where I have to imagine the fire caused some sort of explosive payload to get destroyed. So let's take a look at what it was we sunk. A Hog Island Type A freighter. 4,000 tons. No addition to the mission, which does not bode well for today's episode. But it's still 4,000 tons added, and we did please the BDU with it. So that's exciting. Alright, taking all bets. Which one goes down first, front or back? I'm thinking the back section. Yep, the back is definitely... I guess I should be using nautical terms, shouldn't I? The aft is definitely winning the race to the bottom here. And there she goes. Bumping into the front section, I believe. Maybe the aft will bring the front down. Sorry, I can't remember what the nautical term for front of the ship is. Bow? Bow and stern? That seems to be about right. Yeah, it looks like the aft section brought down the front section. So it's that smokestack right there that's dragging down the rest of the ship. So it's back to being a race here, ladies and gentlemen. My money's still on the back. But it is looking... Oh, and I lose out. It's actually the front. I'm guessing the weight of the aft section continually pushing. Now you can see how that worked out. A lot of noise for that little section of the ship. Anyway, she's gone. She's dead. We're going to go hunt some other ships. See you guys in a bit. Alright, well, out pretty close to the mission objective, we've got a nice big transport ship and another freighter in behind it. It's pretty typical of what's considered convoys at this stage in the game. They are about, I'm going to say, like, what, maybe 2 kilometers? Let's see. Armor-piercing shell? Yep, that's exactly where we want it. So we will load up our high explosive and just start pegging the deck of this ship. And hopefully bring her down quickly. Let's try and maybe boost it a little bit so we can get these shells going just a little bit higher. There we go. We want to get them landing on into the decks of the ship. Theoretically, should be doing a lot of damage. Should be doing far more damage than it is doing. And I'm gonna adjust
Minimum
our
speed
speed
ahead.
just a little bit more. And in fact, at this range, what I may want to do... Oh! Dieter? Uzo, please. Thank you very much. Let's get a lock.
Marked.
Let's remove the lock and go for a shot, maybe slightly aft.
Los.
Now, I should probably have put that far lower down than 3 meters. This thing is going to be a relatively large ship and have, you know... Ooh, just missed it. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be a relatively large ship with a deep draft. And these high explosive shells do not seem to be doing a thing to this thing. But hopefully that torpedo strikes home. It's looking pretty good from my mini-map. Come on. Just hit the ship, please.
Torpedo impact.
There we go. Well, that caused a fire. So let's see if we can't try and concentrate our high explosives sort of in the same section of the ship that is currently on fire. And we are just blowing through the high explosives now. I am going to switch to armor piercing and just start going for waterline shots here. Okay, maybe I was right. Oh, she's going down. That's that taken care of. Let's take a look. She was a big ship. A big modern passenger ship. 9,000 tons, basically. So let's shift focus now to the little guy. We will boost it just a bit and swap over to high explosive. There. Oh! Now that is what I call a good shot. We can probably put it just a little bit higher. So these shells land on the deck. That's another excellent shot. Come on. And at this stage, I don't think firing a torpedo at this little guy is going to be anywhere near necessary. I would imagine he's getting closer to me. Yes. Now we got fires on 2 parts of the ship. And I'm fairly confident. And once it reaches this stage, I'm just going to shut the engine down so we don't wind up running into the big passenger freighter that we sunk. And, I mean, this ship should be dead. There's not much going on. There we go. 2 ships down. You can see the passenger ship. All of the holes we punched into it, too. And critically, not showing is a torpedo hole. But it's there, and it caused this thing to go down quite quickly. I'm 100% certain of that. And then we got this little guy who's just, you know, in a bad state of affairs altogether. Well, I mean, they're both in bad states of affairs. They're both sinking. I was hoping that I hit the mute button there, but it doesn't look like I did, so apologies if you heard that sneeze. The other ship was just a little ukel. We'll let the BDU know things are going swimmingly. And let's check the mission progress. No mission progress. So what I'm going to do then, because I'm not feeling the best, and
New waypoint, course 196.
the game doesn't want to work right now. I'm just going to head home for a refit.
Course 233.
And hopefully on a reload, the game will decide to work. So, obviously, if something comes at us along the way, I will sink it, because, you know, it's just a good thing to do.
Half speed ahead.
For the renown, but I'm not going to stay out here, and I'm a little concerned that... No, we'll be able to make that turn, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to just stay out here sinking ships that aren't going to count towards the mission, so...
Ready.
I know that reloading the mission, or reloading the game, might bring it back. So, yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, I will see you guys when we get back into port, or if something happens along the way. See you in a bit. Alright, guys, well, we made it to Helgoland, and I think that's going to be just a fine place to get a refit. And it's... the game may not be accepting the kills, but it is letting me...
Sighted. Bearing 37.
do the refit, which is nice. We also have a promotion point to spend. And, we might as well spend that on, not sound coding, I want engine tuning. Because that's always a good thing to do. To tune up the engine, get some stuff, you know, get more efficiency out of the engine so you burn less fuel, which is good. So yeah, that's where we're going to end the episode for today. So let's go ahead, save the Season 3. Yes, please. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed this episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. 156,000 tons of shipping. Man, we're good. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.